कर। हेलो।
ये पहले और अब यही कैमरा यूज किए थे। ओ वो क्या कैमरा तो वहाँ भूल गए। लाइव क्यों थे मैप? ट्राई करते तो आया नहीं। लाइव पे जाइए ना, अपलोड लाइव्स दिखाइए। दिखा तो दीजिए पहले मुझे। नहीं नहीं दिखाइए मेरे को। अजीब हालत है। क्या अजीब हालत है? हाँ कीजिए। ओ कद्दू के 6 व्यूज भी मिल गए। 6 व्यूज भी मिल गए। शुरू हो गया था। For every customer that Papa does, Papa को एक boom boom। पर पापा को तो बाल दिखा दो पीछे करके। ये एक मिनट तक अपन चुकेंगे और कम बाल और कम बाल मत करो। बस ये देखिए यहाँ से ये पूछ बनाई दिखे ना पापा पापा तो ये पूछ देखिए कैसा पूछा है एकदम स्ट्रेट से बात कर 90 गंदी। आई नो लाइक कैसे जैसा वाला पर अखिलेश प्रताप सिंह वो भी गाना गा रहा था। Parents act more childish than child. चिल। और नहीं कह सकती इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं है। पता है यहाँ पे भी आके यहाँ का इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग फ्लश पापा, पता है इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग फ्लश पर ही उसकी भी अपना टट्टी रखा लिया। हाउ इट इज पॉसिबल? ऐसा गोल तो पहले किसी जैसा आटा होता है बाबा, आटा गूंद के जो गोल छोड़ते हैं, एकदम ऐसा गोल अटका दी। और ऐसे मैंने ऐसा नहीं, ऐसे गोल तो ऐसे पच हो गया और मेरे को फिर वो बदबू से हाँ टेबल पे नहीं, यहाँ पे इसीलिए आई ये जो आदत सीखे हम टेबल पे बैठ
Let me begin with this. So today the topic which is selected is patient safety events. All of us know that on 17th of September, it was the World Patient Safety Day. So we are almost on time to discuss this important subject of patient safety. Now, patient safety is a huge domain. It is not feasible to cover this domain in one short presentation of, let us say, 15-20 minutes. So what I have done is I have chosen to cover one important subject from the domain of patient safety, and which is the patient safety events. Now, if we look at our practice in the hospitals as it happens, okay, so what I'll do is, in order to ensure that my audio is reasonable, I will close my video so that the presentation becomes little faster. Okay, so you can't see me, but you can see the presentation clearly. But I'm sure you can hear me now. So we selected this topic because this topic is important for us. And whenever we are working in the quality systems, in my personal experience and also the experience of a lot of people with whom I interact, one of the important aspect of patient safety in the hospitals is to be able to detect the patient safety event. Now, we all talk about patient safety every time and all the time, but unless we are able to identify that a patient safety event has happened in front of us and then report it through using the reporting systems that the NABH insists that the hospitals must have, that the JCI insists that the hospital must have, and also the NQAS. So all the quality systems, when they are implemented, they have inbuilt mechanism to where the requirement is to build a reporting system. Now the reporting is possible only when we are able to detect, and detection will happen when we know. I mean, after all, we all know that the eyes will see what the mind knows. If the mind doesn't know, the eyes will not see what is happening right in front of us. So this is also a situation with the patient safety, and a lot of times the events happen in front of us, but we are not able to detect, and therefore we are not able to report it. And if we don't report, we will not be able to do anything about it. Reporting is the first step to take to be taken, where we can do something about it. Okay, so in the patient safety event, we have to first define what the patient safety events are. Ultimately, these definitions are the ones which will make us understand, and which will trigger in our mind to recognize a patient safety event as it is happening in front of us. So a patient safety event is an event or an incident or a condition that could have resulted or did result in harm. So if the harm did not happen, it does not mean that the event was not a patient safety event. So harm may or may not happen, but if it had the potential to cause harm, then it is a patient safety event. So it is an event, incident, or a condition that could have resulted or did result in harm to a patient, or may not be necessarily a result of a defective system or a process design, or system breakdown, or equipment failure, or a human error. So when we say a patient safety event is necessarily not an error, but if it happens, then we need to address it. So this is the definition which is given by the ISMP, the Institute for it's a institute that promotes medication safety. So this is also a definition which is widely accepted. The next word we need to know very clearly is something what is known as near miss event. Now, near miss event is also known as the great catch. And the catch is that a patient safety event that did not reach the patient. So I hope all of us are aware that there is something known as the Swiss cheese model. And if you recall that Swiss cheese model, the patient safety or an event progresses through various layers of protection, or various layers in the system. And when it goes undetected, or it is what is known as the through event, then it actually reaches the patient. So a near miss is an event where that did not reach the patient, but the event did occur. So the nurse loaded a wrong medication, but she detected it just in time, or someone else detected it, or the patient asked as to which injection are you giving me, and she then realized that it was a wrong injection. So anything which, an event which did not reach the patient, is the one which is called a near miss. The next in the spectrum is called the no harm event. So here the patient safety event has occurred, it has reached the patient, but did not cause any harm. So we are very happy, very fortunate, very lucky that the patient safety event has happened, but it has not caused any harm. So Dispirin was to be given, digoxin was given, and fortunately nothing happened. Happiness, no problem. So this is what is a no harm event. The next event is called an adverse event, and we are all of us are aware that an adverse event is something where the harm has the event has reached the patient, and patient has also suffered harm because of that event. So it is a patient safety event which resulted in the harm. The next one is called the sentinel event. So sentinel event is a patient safety event which may or may not be not primarily related to the